story, but you know what? Let's talk about it. I mean, like, it's still available. JB, have you? And this is on Thundercats Classics. Have you heard anything about the toy version of Thundertank? Like, what are your thoughts? Like, we haven't really talked about this. What are your thoughts about the Thundertank?
Man, you know what? I honestly would have appreciated if this would have been the initial offering with a new Panthro rather than the regular one that they did. Simply because I feel like the regular one, now that you look at this one, the LJL one, I think this is a lot more iconic. It has more of a flair to it because of those retro 80s colors, right? But I don't think I can spend another $500 to get the same vehicle in different colors. You know what I mean? I want that Panthro, but I don't know. I got to figure out another way to get that Panthro. I can't justify buying the same vehicle again. This is not like like an Ultimates figure. This is a freaking ginormous vehicle. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Um,
I agree.
I love the colors, man. I love the colors. They really pop. It's kind of like when I talked about the toy colors Lionel, the way it was just this feeling that I got when I first looked at that figure in my hands. I was like, holy shit. I was like, I'm back in the 80s with my retro Lionel, but wait, he's got more articulation and wait, he's got more detail and wait, it's like, wow. It was like a marriage of, the nostalgia and the now, and then we're getting that in this Thunder Tank. But dude, why 2 years later and another $500? I don't know, man. It's just, I, I'm hoping, I hate to say this, but I'm hoping that this eventually ends up like on clearance and I'll pick it up for like, like 2.5 or $300. But I can't justify another 500 plus shipping. I mean, is this free shipping since it's Amazon? I'm curious.
I think if you have Prime, it's probably going to be free shipping. But if it comes out, here's the freaking thing about this: if it's off of the Super7 store, they charge you shipping.
Right.
Yeah, which is just terrible.
Yeah.
Because it comes straight from their warehouses. So that's something that you do have to be aware of. And what about this Panthro? What are your overall thoughts about him?
He's super cool. I mean, it's basically an LJN homage Panthro. We know that we got the new body, we've got the pinless joints, and we've got LJN esque head portraits. So what I'm really aching to see is the new version Panthro 2.0 that's not LJN. Like I want to see a more Rankin Bass looking Panthro with this new body. I want both. Don't get me wrong, because this is what I owned. Something closer to this is what I owned when I was a kid. But again, to buy a $500 vehicle just to get Panthro, it's almost, if you think about it, it's like you're paying. What are they going for like now? 60, 65. So it's almost like you're paying for like 430 for the Thunder Tank, and then you're paying the $65 for the Panthro.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, no, I'm totally on board with what you're saying. It's just it's a tough situation, because again, he will only be offered in this edition, right? And the one silver lining in this, I think that the one silver lining in this is that we can imagine anyway, that once these things, because what tends to happen is, again, if it's already on Amazon in their warehouses, then they've already purchased them. But if it comes out of Super7's warehouses, then we have a situation. But if it is coming out of the Amazon warehouses, there will be a clearance. That it's guaranteed that there will be a clearance. And if that happens, you can expect quite the clearance price on them, which would be insane. What are you like right now? This thing's going for like $400, right? So it's something like that.
$500, dude.
$500 freaking dollars. Wow, that's crazy. What price realistically would you be in on one of these if you were actually looking for?
I mean, here's the thing, right? We all have the Thunder Tank. The vehicle is beautiful. It's amazing. Before Catslayer was even a thought in our heads, the tank was like, wow, this is incredible. You know what I mean? The Thunder Tank is a force to be reckoned with. It's an incredible collectible. So, this obviously could not be a lower price. At one point, when there was like teaser images, There was thoughts that they might do like the one cockpit, one holder, kind of more retro restyled Thunder Tank, but it doesn't make sense because if you think about it, even though it's a smaller vehicle and everything, it would cost Super 7 so much more money because they would have to get a whole new tool to make this. So, they had to use the existing mold for the original Thunder Tank. And, my curiosity is Brian has always been a stickler for, and he's always made it very, very evident when I've talked to him and stuff in my chats, is that he doesn't like to make things hard to get. So including Panthro with this Thunder Tank makes that Panthro extremely hard to get because not everybody can fork out $500 to get that Panthro. So I'm wondering if it wasn't his call. Now that they've got shareholders and stuff like that, I'm wondering if someone told him, "Hey, we're gonna do this regardless of what you think." And maybe are we gonna see things like this again in the future, where there's going to be an LJN recolor of a character, and you'll have to get something else with it. It won't just be a standalone toy recolor.
Yeah, I'm hoping because all the other Thundercats have been released with their LGN colors, right? So far, Wily Kit and Wily Cat and Tigra, I think, are the only ones missing. Am I
They're
correct?
missing, yeah, Tigra, Wily Cat, and well, of course, the other iterations. We have Linkso and Pumira and stuff like that. I don't know if people would want LJN versions of those, but it's still a possibility.
Which is crazy. But what again? So you're in if this goes on clearance, you're in on it at what? Like
I think
150,
I think I could do 300.
300?
It's a giant tank, dude.
It is a don't do it. I mean, like,
It's
right.
it's it's ginormous, and then you're getting Panthro. You know what I mean? But
Look at
then,
the specs. Look at the
but then
specs.
I'll tell you this though: if that Thunder Tank doesn't go down, right, and it sits at
Oh
that
my god.
price, I'll probably be willing to pay a premium to get that lion, that Panthro. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. So you would go on eBay or something like that and figure it out,
Yeah.
or beg Mr. Homercade for like like a discount or something. Yeah.
Or I could get Motu Comic to do a comic strip and pressure Brian to give him a free Panthro.
Would you be in on a recut like because if you actually like Mr. Homer K, what he does is he does customs, right? Like gets guys to customize thing. You get a cheap Panthro, right? And you can actually just but is it that maybe it's the traditional head sculpt you're talking about? Is
Yeah, it's the toyetic head portrait, and obviously this is a brand new body. This is not the Mattel Panthro. So this is a brand new body. It's a lot more in line with the cartoons. It's pinless. Hopefully, it has better articulation. So overall, it's just a brand new Panthro.
all
Now,
right.
if
Yeah.
if you go to our buddy Eggman's page,
Okay.
he actually posted screen grabs because Phoebes had an interview with Brian not too long ago, and Brian had the Thunder Tank, and he had a sample of the Panthro in hand. So Eggman took some screenshots of that stream. I think it's what they call is Now We Know on the Robo channel. There you go. So that's the Panthro. So it looks like it's going to come on a blister.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Or is that just a holder that they had available to them now?
Well, not a blister, a clamshell.
A
That's what it is.
clamshell, yeah.
So it'll probably be in a clamshell to protect it
Oh,
within the
that's right, because it's gonna be in the box anyway. Right? It's gonna
inside.
be
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It would have been really dope if they would have done like the '80s and they would have done the little window, kind of like the GI Joes, and you could see the actual LJN Panthro through the box. That would have been bad.
Yeah, that would have been neat, but that's a whole new set of tooling for
Package.
the box,
Yeah.
right? So I don't think they're prepared to spend more money on this.
No.
Again, this has actually been a big risk for them in general, right?
Yeah.
Does he have bigger spikes? They look a little bit bigger to me.
Yeah, they're bigger for sure.
Wow. You know what? Looking at it now, you're right. This is a better looking Panther. Is he pinless?
Yes, pinless.
Oh, for crying out loud! Dang.
It's a brand
Yeah,
new
you're
Panther.
right.
I'm sure
Oh crap!
that there's going to be an Ultimates, and I'm sure there's going to be a DX
Yeah, me too.
with this body.
You're
But
right.
I want the Ultimates, and I want to see what they do
Yeah.
as far as extra accessories and alternate parts and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I'm on board with you. I'm on board with you. Too bad because honestly, yeah, I would love an LJN style Thundertank, but it's just too expensive, man. Like
Yeah,
it's just way too expensive. Guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to We Want More Thundercats on YouTube, on Instagram. He is a wonderful Thundercats. Sorry, he's a Thundercats fan, and he's huge on Thundercats. All the way from South Africa, I think, right? Or is
yes,
it?
South
Yeah,
Africa.
yeah, he's from South Africa, and he does incredible work. Egmont, thank you so much for posting that. This has been amazing. And guys, just so you know, this is what the Lionel actually looks like. He doesn't look like he's been beaten up.
Yeah,
He
when you light it up and stuff.
looks really good. Okay, like seriously, if anybody's been on the fence about buying Astro Lionel because his head looks like he's been in a drunk fight or something like that, please don't. He looks freaking amazing. Again, huge shout out to Eggman over at We Want More Thundercats. I'm always pronouncing his name wrong. I don't think any of us really know how to pronounce his name.
Eggman.
Eggman. Okay, so we're gonna try that. Eggman. So guys, definitely check it out. He does regular interviews with Brian Flynn, so it's amazing to see him here on the channel. Remember how we talked about the okay, it's not the Thunderclaw. What was it called again? It was the
Thunderstrike.
The Thunderstrike. All right. So the Thunderstrike, obviously, it's like the vehicles are slowly starting to come out for Super 7, but obviously it's a very difficult, long process. Right now, the Thunder Cutter. Sorry, is it the Thunder Cutter? No, it's not the Thunder Cutter. It's the Sky Cutter. The Sky Cutter is on this way. So pre-orders have closed. But I think it is still available on Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store. So if you guys are interested in picking it up, with Vulture Man, LJN Thunder Vulture Man. Don't sleep on that because it will go just as fast. But we haven't seen any full size vehicles like the Thundertank. The Thundertank has been one of the only full size vehicles we've seen in the line.
Yeah.
So JP, as I've always said that the fans pick up where the companies drop off, and I wanted to give huge props to a wonderful creator who's doing some amazing work. I think you know this guy. I think we all and anybody's been following his work.
Fragments.
Sorry?
Fragments.
No, this is Arturo Milomir.
Okay.
Yeah, on Instagram. This guy is killing it. He messaged me a year or two ago.
Mhm.
And he just dropped a whole bunch of photos in my inbox, and I wanted to give this guy huge props. He is followed by Eggman, and for good reason. I think I showed these to you before, JP, but check out this. It's a full 6-inch scale, and he's got a couple of great projects going on. But let me show you this one because again, I'm hoping that Mattel will do something. But check this out.